Joey R Marino is a director and producer from Boston, Massachusetts, who's got a new film out called Ticking. How are you doing today?
Not bad, and you, not bad. I'm hanging in there, and the weather's a little grey, so I feel like I'm in London. But other than that, I'm doing okay.
Perfect. So this new film, Ticking, how would you describe it?
Basically, it's about a young man who supposedly lives with his mother. Well, he's not young. He's in his early 30s, and he does have mother issues. His mother is pretty overbearing. He finds a beautiful young lady, and his mother is quite upset at that. Unfortunately, she loves him and he loves her, but the ending of this is quite stunning because we're not sure what's real in the movie at the end.
Why is his mum not happy with him meeting this girl?
Well, I think she lost her husband, she lost her other children, so she just wants him around, and she doesn't want to be alone in essence. So I think that's the biggest part in her mind, but in his mind, he's making him very shallow, and it's a tough thing for him. So
yeah. And why is the film called Ticking?
It's due to the fact that he's a quiet young man, but there's a couple of things in him when pushed that he goes over the edge. And partway through the film, about the midpoint, he gets pushed over the edge. Yeah. So I think if you think of a ticking time clock, he's ready to explode at a point because of all the energy that he has inside of him for all the years of being kept down by his mother.
What was it that inspired you to write and create a film like this?
Well, actually, it's funny because I was watching a film years ago with Ernest Borgnine. He won an Academy Award called Marty, probably in the 50s. And it's in essence about a mother an Italian mother from Italy, she came to America, and she doesn't want her son to leave. So I got the idea from that. And the damage it does because she doesn't want to be alone, and she makes him feel guilty about going out with a girl. Yeah. And I started to get the idea from that. And obviously, growing up in an Italian-American household in America, that's fairly common. It's fairly common. So I understand what Michael might have went through a little bit.
Some of the talent in this film, who in particular would you say are the best actors?
Well, I think that the top three, really, David MORWICK, who has produced and directed his own cult classic, Little Erin Merryweather. David is a stage actor in Manhattan and an Emerson College grad and American Academy of Dramatic Arts. He has many years of experience, and he plays Michael very, very well. It's scary, even on set. I was a little bit worried that he was maybe carried a little too far internally, but he's able to get out of it quite well. And Liz Burdick, who plays Mother, is total transformation. Outside, she's a beautiful lady, but when you see her in the film, she's pretty nasty. And Erin Merryweather, who's in several shows right now, including Yellowstone. She played a great role as Mala. So she's a gem to work with. So, but David is the main actor, just a tremendous actor.
Yeah, that's perhaps the big part of acting, isn't it? Playing someone that you're definitely not.
Right, and I was worried because he is a method actor, and I was nervous that he would keep it in him. And you hear stories about actors. He's playing a very volatile role. So, but he is on set. He was able to switch it off in an instant, which was tremendous.
And whereabouts was the film filmed? Because a lot of it is in sort of home settings, isn't it? So
yes.
Was it easier than maybe a normal film would be if they're filming in public places?
Right. Well, it was in an actual home in Massachusetts, and what we did is, since we know how to build sets and things, we adapted the home to look a little bit dreary. With flats and what have you, and we used what we had to different locations. We used an old rundown motel in Saugus, Massachusetts, and we used downtown Boston for some nice shots. So it was basically in Massachusetts, but we did over a house in Saugus, Massachusetts.
Now, the film has won many awards, including the Cannes World Film Festival. It's won awards there, which is quite impressive because the Cannes Film Festival is probably the most famous film festival in the world.
Yeah, we were really happy at that. And again, it has to do with, I think the script is pretty good that we wrote. But again, it's all comes down to our actors. From as far as I'm concerned, as a director, producer, they're just words on pages. Until you get the actors to act them out, and they're the ones who deserve all the credit. We just give it to them and they go with it, and we're happy.
Do you know it's going to work before the actors come in and perform it?
Well, I think with the script, it was pretty layered, even though it's only a 30-minute film. It's pretty layered, and I had a high confidence that the actors we had were would pull it off. So I didn't know you never know if it's going to do as well as it is. You just don't know, but so I'm always nervous about that. But in this case, it happened to work out. Maybe it had a chord with some people who might have mental diseases, out there. Obviously, there's a lot in America, but you never know. But I was happy with the script and happy with the cast and crew.
Well, what's coming up? Have you got more films you're planning to make?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we do, and several of our cast members, including David. We're working on something pre-production right now called Radically Perfect, about a principal ballet dancer, one of the best in America, who gets caught in a virulent cult. And she gets her mind, in essence, twisted. She comes from a very upper-level family, and the cult sucks her in. And we so far have David MORWICK and Emma MASSALONE, who played Emma will be the principal ballet dancer, and David will be in essence, the cult member. So we're working on that. We're scouting locations right now and finishing up the script.
Excellent. That sounds exciting. Well, in the meantime, where can we check out this current short film, Ticking? Okay,
we have our trailer up on YouTube, and you can also see it at joeymarino.films.com. And if somebody emails me, we can get it to them. We're not letting it out because it is in festivals right now. But if somebody emails us, we can talk about it and get it to them so they can see it.
Excellent. Well, many thanks for coming on the show today.
Okay, thank you. And hopefully all is going well. And I know some tough times in England with the Queen. And heartfelt, sincere. We love the Queen in America.